Concludes the hearing on House Bill 532. Delegate Morgan, House Bill 519.
So always good to be in front of and seeing my friends on Ways and Means. How are you all doing today, Madam Chairwoman, Vice Chair? How are you? I'm here today to present a local bill, HB519. It deals with the Board of Education Civil Rights Data Collection and Reporting. This bill has local support from your delegation, as well as the county commissioners. There should be a letter attached. And basically what this bill does, it's really a simple bill that's brought to me by a constituent of mine who was looking for really overdose information that is taking place in the schools, because it's such a problem with the school system across the river in Virginia. So we were poking around on the website for our own school system, trying to find some information. And we came across the data, the Civil Rights Data Collection Report. And it's a really good, thorough report that I believe a lot of parents would really utilize if they knew it was out there and it was updated. So what I have here is a screenshot. I took this today from my computer. When you go to St. Mary's County Schools and you go to data collection and you click this, and then you click this link over here, this drops down an Excel file and it has this whole report broken out per school. It was last updated in 2017 and 18. So from research, I found that this report is actually a federally due report. It's due every 2 years. And frankly, it just hasn't been updated. Now, I'm not saying that the school system hasn't done it. I'm just saying that if there's a link somewhere, I've looked all over the place and I can't find it. So what the bill does is require St. Mary's County Schools to do the report yearly, make it downloadable on their website. We add 4 data fields to the report. That's on page 2 of the bill. Reporting incidences that occur on school buses, total number of drug-related incidences, total number of times Narcan was administered, and total number of ambulatory services used to the school. And that's it. And I think this report would do a lot of good. I do want to take a little bit of time, if you don't mind. I'd like to address the fiscal report, the fiscal note, rather. I got this morning and I contacted the fiscal note writer, because if you look, it says that this report, this is like laughable, to tell you the truth, that this report, even though it's already required at St. Mary's, for them to do this report and adhere to it, it's going to cost $150,000. Now, let's put this in perspective, friends. They're already required to do this report. I don't see how in the world it could cost anywhere close to that. And this is the same school system that managed to track every student and whether they had COVID and update it daily. So to sit here and say that updating a report that they're already required to do is going to cost, a technology upgrade and another employee is laughable. So I told that to the fiscal note writer, and I told him if we get this thing out of committee, I'd appreciate putting a little bit more accurate note, because I'm not aware of anyone having any opposition testimony to it. But this fiscal note was actually created by the school system in St. Mary's. So I'm not sure why they would want to, try to sink the bill with, financial reasons, but it doesn't look right. So with that, I'd be happy to take any questions from the committee.
Okay, thank you very much. Madam Vice Chair.
Hey.
Thank you so much, Delegate. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for dropping by for this bill. I just had some clarifying questions. So we know the civil rights data collection is a federal requirement, it's a federal survey around equal access to education that, of course, mainly deals with several civil rights issues. I just wanted to clarify, the data that you're looking, is this data that is already available? Is there any data that you're requesting that is new data that's not already required? Because we actually have federal requirements around the civil rights data collection, and this might affect us statewide.
Yeah, so look, we already have everything you said was true. And you look at that report, it is an extremely well done report. Very good. I mean, I think a lot of parents would get a lot of benefit out of that civil rights data report. What we're doing is requiring it every year and making it updated in the bill. So it's actually not 6 years out of date. And two, what we're doing is adding 4 data fields to that report. So this could be easily done by the St. Mary's County Schools in a downloadable file, just like it is now. And talking a little bit just about how well this report is and the theory behind this and reason why we want it. If you go back and look at the 2017-18 year in St. Mary's County, we had this middle school called Spring Ridge Middle. It's a middle school. It actually has the amount of sexual assaults available in the report. Every person I've asked, well, how many sexual assaults do you think took place in a middle school? Well, it was 30. Now, if you're a parent that has a kid that goes to Spring Ridge Middle and you knew that, you're more inclined to actually get involved and maybe volunteer at the next middle school dance or become a member of the PTA. So basically what we're trying to do is just have some data that's already existing and make it more prominent and make it easier and update it and make it easier for parents to download to try to, fix some of the problems that we've had in schools.
Thank you, Delegate. I am a very big fan of the civil rights data collection, so I am really appreciative of your interest in civil rights and expanding it. My question is that in your research, because this is a federal data collection, this is not something that the state is requiring, this is a federal effort. Were you able to find out if we can just go ahead and add things to it, change the timeline and things like that?
So the way I drafted the bill, it's not adding something to or deleting it, it's recreating a report. So there's a federal requirement out there. This would be a state law bill and requirement for St. Mary's County. And what we're looking for is the civil rights data report, which they're already required to fill out, which is 95% of the data that we're looking for. We're just adding 4 data fields to it. And actually expanding it. So thank you.
Delegate Eversol.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. So I see we have a letter here from the county commissioners.
Yes.
I know the vote, I'm not gonna ask you because it's rhetorical that the vote wasn't unanimous in your delegation.
The vote wasn't unanimous in the
Right.
delegation.
But-
It was one person abstained and delegate the 2 Morgans voted for the bill.
Right.
And I think the senator actually had an issue with it, so he voted no. So that's why it still went through. It's still the House
So do you
delegation.
think has much chance in the Senate if the senator doesn't really approve of it?
Well, I think that it's like many bills over in the House, is we pass it through the House and then we let the Senate deal with it.
Okay. And last question, you have commissioners saying yes. Did the school board weigh in or did you solicit the school board's opinion on this?
So
matter?
under my recollection in 10 years that I've been a delegate, my school board has never weighed in on legislation. Most of the time they speak through their association, MAMBA, or MAMBI, I guess that's how you say it. Yeah, I've never seen the school board weigh in on
So
legislation.
you didn't ask them how, you didn't get
So
opinion or ask any one of them for an opinion?
They were part of, well, they watched the committee hearing. This was, or not committee hearing, the joint delegation meeting. They knew the bill was being dropped.
Okay,
So-
thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Any other questions? Delegate
Yeah,
Hornberger?
just last question. Thank you. And we spoke about this bill before session, so I appreciate.
Yeah,
you
you
sharing
did. You
information.
texted me about that. And I was thinking about that when we were coming down here. If another county wanted to jump on that, I'd be open for that
Yeah,
amendment.
so I'm not getting a clear answer though. Is the state of Maryland, specifically your county, in non-compliance with the federal government?
I don't know. I can tell you that the website's not updated.
Okay. And then are you
So
familiar?
if the parents can't get to the data, look,
Sure,
I
it could
guess
happen.
they
We
might
just
be
need
in
to have access.
compliance with actually fulfilling the requirements. But to my knowledge, I shouldn't say I don't care about that. I want the parents to be able to get to the data in a reasonable,
Right.
And make it prominent on the website so they can actually do something about it and volunteer at their school if there's an issue.
Yeah, and then
If there's no issue, we want to advertise and say, hey, there's no issue. Good on us, but.
right, and then the second question would be, are you familiar if there's any penalty for the state of Maryland not complying with the federal report?
I'm not aware of that. And tell you the truth, I never came across that in research,
All right.
any research. I can just tell you the website is not up there.
Definitely troubling, and hopefully we'll get some resolve. Thank you for bringing the bill.
Thank you for your question.
Any further questions? I have a quick question for you.
Yes,
Delegate
ma'am.
Morgan. So you are asking, in addition to what the federal government is requiring, you all are asking for the total number of reportable incidents that occurred on school buses. How are reportable incidents defined?
I would say that it's defined just like the other reports of incidents of violence that's filed in the civil rights data collection. So if you go in that report, it'll tell you physical attacks without weapons, and it's broken out that way. So I would assume that the school system would break it out something similar, but those instances actually happening on buses.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? All right. Thank you very
Hey,
much.
thank you all so much and have a great day.
That concludes the hearing on House Bill 519. Delegate Wyville, House